Hey, what's good everybody? It's OPTCG here, and today we're going to be going over a Smoker Advanced deck profile, and we're going to really be talking about the inclusion of the ST19 starter deck cards that are really giving Smoker that extra boost to be a contender with the other black decks. In this guide, I'm going to go through every single detail of the new deck and every card, really, and the deck list, how it's built for maximum performance, and most importantly, how to play it effectively in this 8.5 environment. It's not going to be a super deep guide like my other decks, just because it's not a super meta leader, but we'll still go into in-depth construction, the card usage, and the tactics on how you're going to want to win with Smoker, and the cost reduction tactics you can use, because he does have a different ability compared to most Navy leaders. Stick around till the end because I'll also be doing a giveaway. But information on how to enter the giveaway will be in a second. Alright, so the giveaway will be just subscribe and follow my Twitter. My Twitter will be in the comments, and the drawings will be next week on November 2nd, and you'll get 2 Smoker starter decks. Alright, first off, let's break down exactly what Smoker is and why it's making, its uprising in this new current meta. Smoker is more of a mid-range Navy deck that focuses on cost reduction and leader power, its leader effect under some certain conditions. Really, Smoker's leader effect isn't as great as the other black decks just because its effect says it can KO 0 and it costs 1 Dawn to get that -1. However, with a couple new cards in Smoker's deck, we'll see that it's a little bit more strong in this meta. When one of your opponent's characters has a cost due to 0, Smoker's leader ability lets you KO it and increase your power to by 1000, so that 1 Dawn when you KO something will make your leader 7k swinger. This makes Smoker's effect really versatile, especially when paired with cards that reduce the cost like Kuzan, Tashigi, Ice Age, and the new Tashigi, that's what I'm really talking about. And one of the biggest conceptions about this deck is that it's just removal focused, and we know with Smoker's package that it has a couple of aggressive cards, and because of the gaining 1000 power, this is more of a aggressive black deck that's looking to use aggressive attacks against their life to kind of aggro them down. So what does that mean for the gameplay of Smoker? It's a mid-range control deck. You're going to chip away at the opponent's life with characters and leader attacks, setting up a board that reduces their options through targeted cost reductions. By combining removal with that strong 7000 power attack, you're going to have pressure on their opponent, so you're going to want to be able to pressure their life with this 7k attacks. So, yeah, we just talked about this, and then this is the card I really want to talk about, which is Smoker. It's an aggro card, it's a 5 cost, and it says it can be KO'd by effects, and on top of that it has double attack if there is a character that costs 0 in play. So going off this, it will have 7k if there's a KO character with double attack, and this will be a double attack 7k. So you can see that it has potential for a lot of aggro plays, but we already had this potential, so what makes it good now? That's what we're about to talk about. So let's talk about the deck construction. First of all, we decided to go with 4 3-cost Brook because of Dofi, and Dofi being so prevalent in this meta, we want the 3-cost Brooks to be able to pop those 4-cost bodies and stay on the board, giving us options to pop every turn. Next, we're going to go with 2 T-Bone. T-Bone's just a Navy 2k that gives us an option to KO one of their board bodies. On top of that, it's a Navy 2k that's searchable by our brand new searcher. We went with 2 Kuzans because Kuzan gives us that additional removal, and it's a really good 4-Dawn play. I really like 4 Kuzan, but actually liking Borsellino better in this deck because this deck's just a little bit more control. Rather than just clearing the whole board, you're kind of trying to aggro them down. I mean, a little bit more aggro than control. I like the inclusion of Kobe because it does come up when you play it off Rebecca, but it does just feel like a worse Brook. It is like an additional copy of Brook to me, and it's searchable, and it also can come up on 3 Dawn. Next we got 4 Surus. Suru's a great card because it gives you that -2. It's a Navy searchable 2K, so it's kind of standard why we put it in here. I put 3 Borsalino. Borsalino is super good in the mirror against black decks because they can't KO it. And I find Borsalino's pretty decent in Smoker because it's a Navy type character and it's searchable and it gives you that extra blocker. You're gonna notice I don't have any Sabos in here. Don't really see the need for Sabo because in most late game matches, Smoker is gonna fall off. He's a more aggro and mid game favorite. So having that, well, that being said, like I just didn't feel like I wanted to include Sabo. Next, we're going on about 4 brand news. 4 brand news for consistency, just being able to see that on 2 Dawn and search and build our trash. And then of course 4 Rebecca and 4 Gecko. Nothing really much to say about here. It can play our Brook off. It can play our Suru. It's just a good card. On top of that, I got that Tashigi. Tashigi is really good here too, because it's a 2K searchable and also gives you that minus effect. And then we got Hina, and Hina can be played off Rebecca, and it can be used as a reduction source, and it's a 3/5 body that can be played on 3 Dawn. Sengoku is the new card. It's a 1 Dawn card that I like, and it lets you draw 2, trash 2 for 1 Dawn, and it's a really nifty card. And then obviously 4 Ice Age. And this is actually supposed to be Helmeppo. I don't know why this is Tempest kicked, but it's Helmeppo. Okay, my bad, guys. But yeah, 4 Helmeppo, obviously, so we can do our Gecko combos. Okay, early game setup. So, okay, we're gonna in the early game, we're gonna want to pretty much get our setup just like normal black sticks, which is like play brand new and a 4 cost. If you could see over here, the best 4 cost to play would probably be Kuzan. So brand new into Kuzan, or Borsalino would be good. Now the thing about this deck that's different is that we actually do have a pretty good 5 or 6 Dawn play, because right here as you can see we play 2 Smokers and 4 Tashigis, which actually I think that was the card that's missing, is the Tashigi. My bad, guys, I will fix that. But yeah, so you're gonna want to play that on 6 Dawn. So the whole really thing is here is if you play 2 Dawn and you go to 4 Dawn, you play Kuzan, your Kuzan sticks, it doesn't really matter. You want to go into, if they have nothing like good to KO, you want to play Smoker just to get that body. And remember that this character cannot KO by effects. And then after that, if you don't have the Kuzan out and you want to KO one of their bodies, you can play Tashigi. And with leader ability on 6, it allows you to get that from that 7K, establish this 5/6 that says activate main if there's a character that has 0 cost. That means it's KOing something every turn with Ice Age or whatever. But on this turn, it's going to be able to KO that. You're going to be able to KO a 5 cost that they played. And then after that, and then not only does it KO it, that's what I wanted to mention, it puts it in the trash. So it's really good against BY, and it just completely ignores the KO effect and just puts it in the trash. Okay, so following that turn, we're gonna play Gecko like our standard Gecko play. I think the best Gecko play on 8 Dawn would be to play Gecko Kuzan brand new, and then after that play Lethal Geckos. Lethal Geckos being the Gecko with the Brook or the Kobe. As you can see, like right here, I put the Brook and the Kobe on the side so you can see that. Then there's one thing I wanted to talk about is that the Gecko can only kill 1 body, so you should be aware that if they play Gecko Kuzan back at you, you do have to prioritize killing their Kuzan, just because they can kill your Gecko back. Okay. Other things I want to talk about are that if you go back here, on this 8 Dawn turn, you're not going to be able to play any reduction events, so you are going to be playing a utility Moria most of the time. And if you have Tashigi up, though, you can maybe account for Tashigi and do a -3 or a minus effect off of this, because if you think about it, if this is a Helmeppo, or not a Helmeppo, if this is a Suru, and the Suru goes -2, -1, and your leader effect goes -4, obviously you can't do it on the 8 dawn turn. You're KOing a 0 cost, you're trashing a 0 cost. Okay, so let's talk about the going first curve. This is what the picture I'm showing you right now. So we have the 3 cost Tina to go first. I like to put that on 3. The card that, like, you might think, why are we not playing it on 1? And why did I skip the 1 dawn turn? Is where is it at? Is Sengoku. I don't think that you should play Sengoku out that early, just because you have to trash 2 cards and you're only gaining 1 card here, so you have very little cards at the beginning of the game to like know what you should trash or not. Your hand's not that big, so if you trash the wrong card you can get really punished. That being said, I think the curve is generally 3. Play your Hina, then play your Smoker, and then play your Tashigi to KO something with an Ice Age or something else for a leader effect. I think this is, you really want to work on getting these Tashigi and Smoker out. You can see that the mid game is really strong here, and the 5 costs are what really make the mid game a contest between decks, and they're probably the strongest cards in these decks, and why we play 4 of these and potentially 3 of these, but right now I'm on 2. Alright, so like I said, you're gonna utility Moria, and on 9 dawn you can actually play that Sengoku out, and it lets you filter draw 3. And my bad for misspeaking earlier. I think I said it draw 2, trash 2, it draws 3. But that being said, that's Smoker. This is more of it's an advanced guide, but it's a brief one, and I hope y'all enjoy this video. And if you like more advanced guides like this, like and subscribe this video, turn on notifications so you don't miss out videos like this. More deep guides will be coming soon on more meta decks, but as you can see, like, my Dofi deck just came out and that just got covered, so I hope you all enjoy that. Thanks guys.